Whew. Alright, we did it.
My turn.
I've got this.
Alright, so Machias was still working on Laura's. Yikes. Let's switch out Elia for Machias. We're done scanning everything now. And we don't need healing, because we didn't use any magic. Yay us. Now we gotta walk all the way back too, don't we? Great. Alright, let's double time everyone.
A challenging foe. We should engage it with care.
No, I'm not fighting you. I'm good, dog, thanks. I'll fight birds, though. One enough. So here's another contestant to try and get... Welcome to the level 40 club, Laura. And also, Iron leveled up to level 4. Alright, we're a third of the way out of here. Oh, goodness. Yep, right on cue. Is something the matter? Oh, I didn't notice this before, but does anyone else feel a slight breeze in this area? Wait. This way. Another secret passage. You think this is like the passage we found yesterday? So there's a secret passage here too. If so, I imagine it's probably it probably opens like the last one did. Maybe this leads somewhere else in the capital then. No way to know for sure until we open it. Boop. Yep. Open sesame. I suspected as much. I wonder where this leads. It's hard to be sure. We lose our sense of direction and location traveling underground like this. But if I had to guess, I'd say we're heading in the direction of... Maybe there's an exit close by. Alright, let's try and make our way outside. What is it? Machias, you're hiding something. Boy, a little extra. It means a few extra enemies. Inside Sepeth. Hey, does that... not yet. 50 more... What was it? Space? Yeah, 50 more space. I'll have 1,000 over every single category. Battlescope and Sepeth mass. Nice. Actually, is there a way to tell how much Sepeth mass I have? How do you check that? Maybe you don't. Oh, there we go. 1,661. Not bad.
A challenging foe. We should engage it with care.
I don't know why I'm bothering. 29. 29 more space Sepeth. And there, computer, shut up. Yo, seriously, calm down. The old CPU hates this place. I didn't check. 3 more. 3 more space Sepeth. This is an important milestone, people. Curio bomb. Give it 1,000 over every Sepeth. And doesn't mean enough for a trophy or anything. Or achievement, rather. This is the Steam version. Okay, just a little bit left. Seems to be some... Oh, staircase. Wonder why. Well, let's find out.
Is that a treasure chest?
Yes, it is. La Forte. Alright, let's hurry on down. Alright, some breakables. And no items to give.
Oh, there's the exit.
Sweet.
We're finally there.
Yeah, seriously, we've been down here for a little while. The fact that there's an orbital charging station is concerning. Suspicious. Alright, let's go. Alright, where are we? Sunlight! Hey, isn't this... this should be Osh Street, right? Or District? Yes? Yeah, the Osh District. Yes, game, we've been here before. We seem to have emerged in the Ost District. Machias' home is here, if I'm not mistaken. Wow, I had no idea that underground passage went all the way from port to here. That network of tunnels beneath the city really does seem to cover a vast area. It's like something out of a spy novel. I'll say. Maybe it's a sign. A sign of what? Oh, the bell doth toll. Was that? That must be the chime to mark the noon hour. Yeah, that's Heimdallr's cathedral's bell. The cathedral itself is pretty far away, over in the Sankt district, but you can hear it pretty clearly even here. Well, I think it's about time we found something to eat. How about we order to go from one of the local shops? And we don't really have much, but I'd say to at least treat you to eat a coffee at our house. What? You mean Machias? You're inviting us into your home? I mean, it's probably going to be empty with Mr. Regnitz out. They decided to grab some fish and chips to go from a nearby pub. With their meal in hand, they headed to Machias' house to enjoy lunch with a good cup of coffee. So this is your house, huh? I'm guessing that's where your father works? So this is the capital's famous fish and chips. Oh, they got hot dogs as well. Damn, I want one. I was expecting it to be delicious, but even still, I'm impressed. Yeah, the pub's supposed to be pretty well known for their fish and chips. I'll admit it tastes good, but at the end of the day, it's still greasy comfort food. Better eat it while it's hot. It tastes disgusting if you let it cool off. Probably still better than wartime rations, though. What food isn't? This coffee seems pretty high class, though. It's got a nice, rich fragrance. Do you buy your own beans and grind them at home? Yeah, it looks like my father went out and stocked up not too long ago. Now and then he gets the chance to take some time away from his duties and come relax back here. He sees his coffee as a small island of luxury in his hectic daily life, I think. That does sound like something I could see Governor Regnitz saying. He seems like quite a respectable man to me. You'd hardly imagine a home like this belonging to an important official like the Imperial Governor. It's tiny. You know, Fee, it wouldn't hurt to be a little less blunt. No worries. As I said, my father and I are commoners through and through. He might be a top official, but neither of us really saw that as a reason to change our whole lifestyle. Besides, it's not as though we don't have some attachment to this house. Ah, right. It does seem like a comfy place to live in, though. Really cozy and relaxing.
Ooh, there's a photo.
Oh, that.
Oh, hey, who's the lady? A sister, perhaps?
Aw, look at cute little Machias there.
He looks like he had such a sweet disposition.
Yeah, before he grew up to be a stubborn old man.
Stop nitpicking people's old family photos! Honestly.
The governor looks the same as ever, though. Is that woman next to him your older sister or something?
Close enough. She was a cousin on my father's side of the family. Since she lived quite close, she often came to visit. Now her family was just my father and I, so having her around was a big help.
The way you speak about her seems to imply you no longer see her. Did she get married and move away?
Uh-oh.
She died.
Oof.
Around 6 years ago.
Ooh, so sorry.
Oh.
I see. And that has something to do with why you hate the nobility, right?
Piecing together the puzzle here.
So...
I never really planned on telling anyone about this, but considering all we've been through, I suppose it's time I told you a little more about me. It's a long story, but would you hear me out?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Glad to.
Thanks.
Uh-oh.
Sis was 9 years my senior. Beautiful, kind. To me, she was in every sense the ideal woman. Now, as I said earlier, we're a family of commoners through and through, but my father proved to be a very capable government official. And eventually, he was promoted to an important government position, where he started to make a name for himself. Honesty and integrity are a core part of his work ethic. So, of course, he made his fair share of enemies. But after seeing success in a number of major projects, he gained a reputation both inside and outside the government.
That sounds nice.
My mother died when I was still young, but Sis happened to live around here and ended up helping us in more ways than I can count. Since she was his niece, my father always made a fuss over her. And even though she didn't live in the same house, she was like a real sister to me. A real daughter to my father.
Mother or father's side? Like, was she your mother's niece, like, biologically, or your father's?
I was always so proud.
That doesn't matter.
As a child, she was practically my idol. And as you'd expect, she had countless admirers among the men of the city. But for all her popularity, she was always level-headed and sensible. So I never felt I had anything to worry about until he appeared. He was one of my father's subordinates at City Hall, though unlike him, he was a noble by birth. A man of high rank, too. The heir of a count. However, he had none of the arrogance or haughtiness one usually associates with the nobility. When I met him myself, he came across as an honest and loyal man. He met Sis when Dad introduced him to her one day, and eventually the two of them fell in love
Aww.
and began a relationship, despite the difference in their social status. As a child, I was frustrated beyond words, but even I had to admit that the two of them made a good couple. And Sis seemed so happy when she was with him that I had no choice but to let it go and accept their relationship. Time went on and they became engaged, with Dad acting as the go-between. And that's when everything started to
Oh
fall
no.
apart. His family couldn't have been more blatant in their attempts to undermine the relationship. Apparently, one of the four great houses, House Cayenne,
Cayenne,
proposed an
okay.
arranged marriage on short notice. And the Count's family were up in arms at the thought he might choose to take a mere commoner as his wife. Since my father held an important post, they were limited in how shamelessly they could try to sabotage the marriage. they began to harass and threaten her in secret every way they could think of. It made her life a living hell.
Good lord.
Maybe she didn't want to cause trouble for the man she loved, or perhaps she did it out of consideration for my father. But all that time, she chose to endure it alone. She never discussed it or asked for help. And finally, it became so crushing that she took her own life.
That sucks.
It was only afterward that my father and I learned what had really happened. It seems that at the very last, he had chosen to betray her love for him. But I told her, he said. I told her I'd treasure her as my mistress instead if she'd just accept that we couldn't be married. I just don't understand it. Why would she take her own life?
Oof.
After that, my father seemed to redouble his efforts. It was like watching a machine kick into high gear. With the help of his ally, Chancellor Osborne, he was able to wrest control of City Hall from the noble faction. Then, 4 years ago, he was appointed to his current position as governor of Heimdallr.
Damn.
And that's how the Regnitz family came to be where it is.
Ouch.
I don't even know what to say.
So that's why you started hating nobles?
Yeah. I was so furious at Sis's death. My hatred needed to be directed at someone. Anyone. First I blamed her fiancé, then his family, and the family of the Duke who tried to intervene. In the end, I just hated the nobility as a whole. The people, their culture, the entire idea of social classes.
Ouch, man. Yeah, no, that would drive really anyone.
I desperately wanted the strength to win against them. To show how right I was. How wrong they were. But deep down, I knew the truth about my hate. I knew I was taking out my anger on people who didn't deserve it. People who had done nothing wrong.
You did?
They may be from different social classes, but people are still individuals. Sis's fiancé was faithful to her. He just wasn't strong enough to shield her from all that ugliness, despite his love. And the Count and his family were only acting in their best interests, which is to be expected, really. Ultimately, I've had to acknowledge that not all commoners are good people, and not all nobles are unworthy of respect.
Yeah.
Eustace might not have done much to change my opinion, but getting to know you two showed me that there are nobles who live up to that name.
Machias.
I have no idea how my father feels about all of this, but this is how I've come to feel.
I see. You have my thanks.
I'm glad you felt you could talk to us about it.
Well, that's another person opened up.
Still, I don't think it hurt to be a bit more honest with yourself. If you're willing to admit all of that, maybe you can find it in you to be friends with Eustace, too.
Are you kidding me? I might accept that not all nobles are bad, but that arrogant, self-centered fool can go choke on a palm. He's mocking me for spending so much time studying, or telling me I need to get out more.
I don't think he goes quite that far. Besides, I don't think he does it on purpose. He doesn't mean any harm.
That's the most irritating part. He does it without thinking.
Well, some things won't change.
Well, that was a good coffee break, wouldn't you say?
Machias can now use the S-Craft Ultimate Shot. Ooh. Consider me interested. Alright, let's go report that request. Well, lunchtime is over. It must be almost time for the summer festival decorations to start going up. Huh? I would have thought preparations for that would have started way before now. Is the summer festival not that big a deal in the capital? It depends on who you ask, I guess. I've always just thought of it as one of those small yearly traditions. In my hometown, the summer festival is a major event with extensive preparations. Perhaps those places where the ancient animistic traditions survive put more effort into celebrating the festival. Animism does seem to have mostly vanished here. Not as much as in Ruhr or Crossbell, though. Well, I suppose it's hard to think of it as a seasonal festival to the capital when it's celebrated a month late to begin with. I think most just see it as an opportunity to catch a glimpse of the imperial family. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, that makes sense. Alright, one sec. Is that your Arcus ringing? What's it doing ringing out here? God, it's so big. This is Class 7, Group A, Reen Schwarzer speaking. Hello there, Reen. This is Governor Regnitz. Governor Regnitz? Dad? Come to think of it, he did say that we'd be able to use our Arcus communication functionality in the city, didn't he? You're Group A's representative, so I figured it'd be best to call you. Is now a good time? Yes, now is totally fine. We actually just left your home. Machias invited us in for coffee. Huh, did he now? I had a favorite specialty store roast those beans just the way I like them. It was top-notch brew, alright. With all that's been going on, it was nice to just sit down and enjoy a good cup of coffee. Well, I'm glad you were able to spend some quality time together. Anyway, getting to the point, I'm calling because we have a bit of a problem on our hands. That being the case, I'd like Group A to take care of one additional task for me. An extra task? We can do that, sure, but what exactly is it you'd like us to do? There appears to be have been a burglary at a jeweler's in the Garnier district. But that's not all. The culprit seems to have left a message addressed to you. What? Your confusion is understandable. However, the jewelers submitted a report to the burglary to City Hall a short while ago. Normally I'd leave this with the proper authorities, but would you be willing to go and see if there's anything you can do? Of course, sir. We'll head over to the Garnier district at once. Alright then, I'll leave this matter in your hands. What was that all about? Whatever it was, you seem perplexed. Well, wait till you hear this. Reen explained the particulars of Governor Regnitz's additional task to the group. So a jewelry boutique was burglarized and the culprit left a message addressed to us? Weird. Though thinking about it, this all sounds kind of familiar. Yeah, now that you mention it, I'm getting a strange sense of deja vu as well. It's what I think it is, isn't it? Ideas give me strength. Still, it would have been helpful if my father could have furnished a few more details. Well, it's already past noon. Let's head over to the Garnier district and find out what's happened. Reen and the others, members of Group A, paid a short visit to Heimdallr port to report the monster's extermination. After doing so, they boarded a train to the tram to the Garnier district. And I got 5 U materials. Da-da-da. Before we go and do that, there is something over here for us. There we go. There we go. Alright. Next off is to Vanquir.
Right.
Of course.
Turn it in. Hey, done with the endurance test, I see. Mind if I get those back? By all means. Impressive. You walked pretty far, but they're still in near perfect shape. think I'll be able to recommend these to our customers with no reservations at all. Still want to take another good look at them later, but I'm confident enough to order another batch right now. Glad I could be of assistance. The Strega Corporation must be quite the company if they've been around for 50 years, though. They've got some history, all right. Still not too well known in Erebonia, though. Potentially because we've historically been one of the most protectionist countries on the continent. That's been changing bit by bit over the past 10 years, thanks to Chancellor Osborne's reforms, though. There was a new clause added to the Customs Act at the end of last year that further relaxed import restrictions, too. That's what made me decide to start stocking Strega stuff, actually. I'm sure the nobles are feeling frustrated over that, considering the restrictions only benefited them. Yeah, it's a good thing for the common people, though. Chancellor Osborne knows what he's doing. Frighteningly well. Pretty much, yeah. Oh yeah, I should give you your reward before I forget. First of all, let me give you a brand spanking new pair of these shoes you just tested out for me. I just needed someone specific for the test run, but there's no need to worry about that with these. They're transistor free. They'll fit anyone as long as you tie them properly. My thanks. Cheers. Guess that's that. Thanks again for the test help. Yep, I've been unequipped. Oh, now I have it again. Do you have any more? By any chance? No. Alright, let's see. Go to the Orbital Factory to upgrade someone's weapon real quick. Let's upgrade yours. Oh, I can upgrade one more. Let's go with... Let's see, Machias, Elliot, or Fee. That's an increase of 35. That's also an increase of 30. No, that's 25 there. That's an increase of 35. Okay. Causes faint. Faint. Range +4. You know what? Yeah, causes faint 10%. Money! Goodbye. 60,000. Sweet. Alright, going to the Garnier district. I'm gonna go see that place across the way. We actually never been over here. What's that building? The Opera House, right. Oh, look at that. The glass is not broken, but something is, but the glass is empty. Excuse me, are you in charge of this store? We're here on behalf of the local government to investigate a reported burglary? Yes, that's right. I'm the owner. You must be the students from Thor's Military Academy. Indeed. Class 7, Group A at your service. Oh, thank goodness. We may yet have a chance to recover the Crimson Tiara. So that's the object that was stolen? Yes, exactly. It's embedded with priceless carnelian gemstones, captivating the hearts of all who gaze upon it. It's the centerpiece of our display under consideration to become a national treasure and valued at almost 100 million mira. Daggum. Pretty pricey. Yeah, I'll say. It was being displayed in that big showcase in the center of the room, wasn't it? I'm out. I'd heard that the store was fitted with the best security system money could buy, so they could display the tiara safely. I'm afraid this was all due to my carelessness. There was no problem with our recently installed security system. The problem was me, falling right into Phantom Thief B's trap. Damn it! I can't escape. Wait, the Phantom Thief B? I heard all manner of rumors about him, but I still find it hard to believe this was actually his doing. The name sounds kind of familiar. Seems like Ellie and Machias know of him. Yeah, he's a thief with quite a reputation in the capital. He calls himself a liberator of beauty, and he made quite a name for himself with a string of major thefts a number of years ago. He's even gained an enthusiastic fan following for the daring and graceful methods he used during his thefts. Oh, now I remember where I've heard his name before. He's the thief who managed to steal an orbital tank from the Imperial Army, right? Yeah, that's one of his most famous exploits. I seem to recall hearing the story myself. I wonder how one steals a tank. So, do we know how the tiara was stolen? Phantom Thief B is well known for sending the victim a card notifying them of his intended crime before he commits it. Did he send a card this time? Yes, that's right. The card also contained this message. Your prized tiara has already been replaced with an imitation. However, that message was a feint. While we didn't have the utmost faith in our security system, we knew that if anyone could get past it, it would be him. We decided to open the display case to check the tiara, but as it turned out, that's what he was counting on us to do. So that's when he stole the tiara, huh? I'm afraid so. Unbelievable. Wait, how? So he... Wait, what? I assume you weren't able to get a good look at the culprit's face? Indeed. As soon as we opened the display case, the lights all went out. Okay. You're a little more graceful than that. You're slipping. By the time we got them back on, the tiara had vanished. I see. Sounds like he's no ordinary thief. With a piece as valuable as this, can you maybe explain how you decided we'd be the optimal choice for this request? Ah, of course. Please take a look at this. To the owner of this fine establishment, know that I have the Crimson Tiara securely in my possession. Should you fulfill my conditions, I promise that it shall be returned to you unharmed. If not, I make no guarantees. First, you must not report this incident to the Railway Military Police. Second, you must deliver the other card here to the members of Thor's Military Academy's Class 7, Group A. Third, the aforementioned Group A must overcome the trial written on said card. Phantom Thief B. It really is addressed to us. I find the thief's apparent revealing in his crime somewhat unpleasant. Yeah, though on the other hand, he seems to be giving us a chance to get the tiara back. True. Do you have this other card the thief mentioned? Of course. Please, take this. Salutations, ladies and gentlemen of Thor's Military Academy's Class 7 Group A. Should you wish to recover the treasure you seek, accept and overcome the trials I have placed before you. All of the keys lie within the Vermilion capital. The first key is, at the feet of the Conqueror with the heart of a lion. A riddle, is it? Well, I'm sure the Vermilion capital is just referring to the city itself. But as for the feet of a conqueror with the heart of a lion, seems like a treasure hunt, and this card's our first clue. It does seem that way. So do you think you can help us out? We'd be happy to. Indeed, taunting us like that, I'm all for wiping that smug satisfaction off his face. Let's be off then. Thank you so much. Please, find it. You know, when I heard there was a burglary, I was like, okay, this is some weird stuff. Why are we getting involved in this? And then it's like, oh, it's Phantom Thief B. Everything makes sense now. Alright, so Fear the Conqueror, Heart of a Lion. My guess. This is my guess. We're getting a different panorama shot. This must be it. The Conqueror with the Heart of a Lion. It couldn't mean anything other than the statue of Emperor Dreikel's. Agreed. It's hard to hear a clue like that and not immediately think of Dreikel's the Lionheart. And the statue is the most famous monument of him here in Heimdallr. Then chances are good that we're in the right place. The card said to look at his feet. Let's do that. Let's do it then. Here we go. Same type of card as the last one, too. I assume we were correct then. Well, we won't know until we check. The second key is in the northeastern seat of the prismatic palace. The second key, so basically, we got another scavenger hunt. So it seems. I can't believe he's making us go through this whole rigmarole. What can we do but play along though? In the northeastern seat of the prismatic palace. Just what could that mean? This is my guess. The Crystal Garden? Because the prismatic...
There's so many butterflies.
It really gives the place an exotic touch, huh?
Alright guys, you can shut up. Hello. Ow, ow, ow. God, my hip. Grandpa, are you okay? This is why I told you to take it easy. Sometimes I swear you're going to sprain some muscle you haven't used in 30 years. Was this not the right one? Unless... There we go. Ha! Knew it! Well, knew it. I guessed right. This must be the Prismatic Palace. Yeah, all signs point to the Crystal Garden, which leaves only the northeastern seat. I'm presuming it refers to an actual place one can sit, which would suggest we ought to investigate this bench in the northeastern part of the garden. Is that it? Seems so. What's it say? Let's see, the third key is... At the round table where one rested the gauntlets that supported the east of the city. You couldn't make that easier if you tried. Oh goody, another riddle. Still, what can we do but keep going? It seems fate has ordained that we meet again. I recognize that voice. You! Who are you again? He's Baron Boublon. Yeah, we met him during our field study in Bereahard, I believe. Showing yourself a little soon, don't you think? Très bien. I am most pleased to see that you have not forgotten me. Though it's, if my eyes do not deceive me, you have two new faces among your throng today, no? Hi, it's nice to meet you. I've heard mention of you from my classmates. Sorry. Has your search for beauty brought you all the way to Heimdallr too? You could indeed say that. However, to me, not just in Bereahard, but among the picturesque elegance of the Vermilion capital as well. Truly, it seems that we are bound together by a destiny most inseparable. Would you not agree? I'm not sure. He's a bit on the unique side, huh? Yeah, unique. Let's just call it that. I couldn't sense him coming at all, though. Please, the intensity of your stares is positively withering. Or is it that my overwhelming beauty has clutched your heart so tightly that you cannot help but gaze in wonder? Oh, I bet all the mirror I have on me that's absolutely not the case. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's still much I must attend to. I wish you the best of luck with your studies. And there he goes. So what did he come to convey to us? With that guy, who knows? Why was he here? Alright, to Alto Street. We are going to the Bracer Guild. It's a round table. Round table. I'm assuming it's like an actual circular table. Yeah, that'll do. The gauntlets that supported the east of the city. The gauntlet is the symbol of the Bracer Guild, isn't it? It's on their emblem, too. Yeah, the once and eats parts mentioned in the note seem important as well. This building was once a branch of the guild, and while the capital once had 2 such branches, this is the easternmost branch. This must be the round table. Ah, here it is. He's been in our home. I can't believe he even trespassed into our lodgings. Indeed, though from the look of things, it doesn't seem he touched anything else. Still, not a pleasant thought. Yeah, it's kind of creepy knowing he was here. Especially considering we don't know what he's actually after. Anyway, let's see what's on the next, what the next card says. The 4th key is on the bottom of the white burden of the steel bird perched at the water's edge. Water's edge. That makes me think harbor. Steel bird. Can't tell you about that though. Sure enough, it's another riddle. And a rather challenging one at that. Steel bird. Water's edge. Trying to like visualize. Let's see. I'm thinking it's the port. Steel bird could be what though? An airship? Oh, I was right though. Well, at least that is something. Now then, what to investigate? The steel bird perched at the water's edge. The last clue seems like it might be referring to the crane here in Heimdallr port. And that would make its white bird in these containers. I can't see a card attached to any of them though. The clue did say it would be on the bottom. Perhaps we should discuss this with whoever's in charge here and ask him to check the containers for us. That'd be the port chief, Don Berto. We met him earlier today, so let's see if he's willing to help us. Group A explained their situation to the port chief Don Berto, who agreed to check all the white containers for them. And just as they predicted, a card was found affixed to the bottom of one of the containers. Christ, man. How the devil did that get stuck to the bottom like that? He wouldn't have been able to attach it without lifting the container, and that would have meant using the crane. But when did he do it? None of us ever noticed anything suspicious. Well, he is supposed to be a master of disguise, right? Maybe he disguised himself as one of the workers here. I can only guess at as to how he might have done it, but it's definitely not something a normal person could pull off. That aside, what does the card say? Oh yeah, let's see. The final key is also hidden near the water's edge. The crimson crown you seek sleeps within a black ark, nestled to the steel car that marches with the minutes. This one's just as obtuse as the others, though if it's also hidden near the water's edge, for all indications, I'd say the next one is here in Heimdallr Port too. It says final key in Crimson Crown too, so at least there's that. Yeah, looks like this is the last one. Alright, let's see that one again. Oh, hold on. Alright. The Crimson Crown you seek sleeps within a black ark, nestled in the steel car that marches with the minutes. Marches with the minutes. I cannot even... I'm sure the map would tell us, but I wanna guess. I don't know. Oh, by the entryway. Let's go, guys. The tram. The steel car. My guess is that the last clue refers to the orbital tram. That seems like the best fit. What about marching with the minutes? The tram's schedule, of course, arriving and departing at preset times. The black arc was getting to me, though. Heimdallr Port is starting an ending point for all the trams in the city. So you could say the tram here is waiting for its appointed time. That makes sense in a weird way. I guess this is the place then. Let's get the driver's permission to have a look inside. Excuse me, do you think you could do us a favor? Sure, what do you need? Reen explained the situation to the tram driver and asked permission to search the inside of the tram. The infamous Phantom Thief B hid something in this tram car? Yes, we believe that to be the case. Wow, really? Well, I get where you're coming from. Go on and look around as much as you want. Thanks for your cooperation. Oh, I get to actually look at the tram. Hello. Just a suitcase. It looks like this must be the black ark mentioned on the card. That was what was getting me. Our Phantom Thief appears to have taken no pains to hide it. Isn't it kind of weird that the driver didn't notice it? Maybe Phantom Thief B left it here not too long ago. I wouldn't be so sure. Anyway, let's have a look inside. Beautiful. Inside the black case rested a tiara embedded with dazzling carnelians. It has such a fiery glow to it. Well, this is definitely the crimson tiara we've been running all over town looking for. So this thing's worth 100 million mira. I'm almost afraid to handle it. Yeah, we've gotta be really careful about getting this back to the jeweler's safely.
So the tiara really was in there, huh?
That voice.
Now I'm wondering if the last passenger who stepped off the tram was Phantom Thief B himself.
That totally is him. He's disguising himself.
I don't remember there being any unusual passengers on board, though.
I see. So you have no idea who Phantom Thief B could have been then?
To have done so much and yet left no trace of his presence. He must truly be a master at covering his tracks.
I'll say. But hey, at least we were able to get the tiara back. I suppose that's good enough.
What's wrong, Reen?
Well, why are you staring at me like that?
I think it's time we put an end to this little charade. Don't you, Baron Blue Blanc? Or should I call you Phantom Thief B?
Oh.
What?
Yep, as soon as I heard the voice, I was like, that sounds like him.
This savory taste is why the unripe fruit is the most delectable of all.
Wait, aren't you the Baron we met earlier? But that mask...
That's the mask of Phantom Thief B.
Yep.
Allow me to introduce myself once again. I am Phantom Thief Blueblanc.
Oh,
Simply as Phantom
you're
Thief
so
B.
close to stabbing range. I can get you for all the crap you put me through in the past 5 games, including this one, so 6.
Baron Blueblanc is but one of the many roles I have assumed during my pursuits. Incidentally, might I ask when you first discovered my true identity?
Alright, 1 sec. I'm sorry.
It didn't really take much discovering. You went out of your way to show up in the Crystal Garden after all. Now, maybe it's just me, but I find it hard to believe you were seriously trying to hide your identity to begin with. Your disguises? Nothing short of perfect, I have to admit. But with all the work you've put into this, I suspected you might come check on us near the end of your little game.
Ha ha! I see. Excellent deductive reasoning. Simply splendid.
But why would you do something like this? Why go to all the trouble?
Ah, does that interest you? Must there be a motive?
Nah. Now that we know your identity, there's nothing more to discuss.
Theft is a crime.
Indeed. A crime we will not allow to go unpunished.
Punish!
Spirited youths you are.
And gone.
What? How did he do that?
I mean, given who he works with.
Just a little trick I like to keep up my sleeve. Regardless, you have provided me with plenty of sport and more than enough entertainment for one day. I will be watching your future achievements with keen interest. Ladies and gentlemen, until we meet again, I bid you adieu.
And good riddance.
He disappeared again.
That's quite a little trick.
Yeah.
You might still be nearby. Let's search the area.
Reed and the others scoured the area for Phantom Thief B, but try as they might, they found no trace of him. After reporting the details of the incident to City Hall, they trekked back to the jewelers to return the tiara. Here you go, 1 tiara. 100 million mira. I can't believe you were able to recover the tiara safely. How can I ever thank you? I almost get the impression we're the reason he stole it in the first place. Maybe we should apologize to you. Oh no, not at all. Phantom Thief B's conquests have always seemed rather capricious. I imagine he just decided to use all of you as a convenient excuse for his latest escapade. Given how fixated on us he seemed, I don't think that's at all likely. Well, better not say anything. Indeed, that's the last thing we want is to cause more confusion here. I'm afraid I can't offer you much, but please take these as a token of my thanks. All elements Sepith 500. This is a lot of Sepith. Are you sure it's alright to give us that much? It almost feels more than we deserve. Well, it is a jewelry boutique after all. We have more Sepith lying around than we know what to do with. Well, that does make sense. Thank you very much. Think nothing of it. It's the least I could do after all you've done for us.